94.7 Asempa FM Sony and the midweek edition of the show is live on the 31st day of March 2021. Into end of the final day in the third month of the year 2021. Gradually, we are about entering the second quarter of the year 2021. In the Ochana na the month of April. Hey, sir. So first April, money made the crowd here. Ochana the embassy. Just be reminded. So Ochana is first April, and you know what happens on that day. And the mention and so my Ekosiisen Sony higher Sempa 94.7 FM. But what is important to me, and it's the first quarter of the year is gone. You know, inti say ebia o nioma wo share said this year wo be ye no. Say now what came into quarters mind you, say the first quarter is gone. And you have 3 more quarters to go in the year 2021. It is stop talking and start doing. So stop talking and start doing. Because 3 months of the year gone. And we just have some 9 more months to go. And to stop talking and start doing. Because time is of the essence. 22 minutes after 2, I have Sempa 94.7 FM. From UB. I speak on behalf of the best production team in town, a team led by Dominic Kisi-Yabua with support from Nana Chumberema, Jackson Osei Ntiamwa, Eric Opare, popularly known as DJ Yayo, and a Queen Star Japan. Omana boy made Ekosiisen Jumedi Abramo. And the Monshan and so my NAU Kiada or my Henry Kwabena Santu will be joining me in a moment. Now you may hear some segment, no Abramo. As we do always, and in some Guapanoso, a lot happening in Parliament, a lot happening in the NDC. We'll get into the issue some more. Let me thank our sponsors so much. Inti a discussion segment and the final segment here will show you. So Franco Trading Enterprise, phone Papa Pafi, TCL, the Creative Life, Dependable Hairball, Omone de Adom Malaki Abejaso, and a Global Lighting Center Limited. You may queen a boy me a discussion segment no Ebremo. Before that, no one-on-one interviews and interviews are generally on trending issues, no, and also having insecticide spray and coil eboying and napa foods almost say oye and napa no soko your hepa plus mixture ema pomodin ampa Consolidated Bank of Ghana CBG also we stand with you and a Mutlu battery quality forever. Me hear some segment so EcoBank Ghana, Sasem Pharmaceuticals, Awake Purified Drinking Water, Rockstars Roofing Systems, 21st Century Clinic, the Sciatica Expert, and Ostec Properties, Yen Sasi Ura. Sounds of our time and so Momo Milk, Amponsa Ifa Pharmaceuticals, producers of FPAC Tablet and FPAC Junior, and Agbeve Herbal Center, producers of Mona Soap and Mona Cream. Agbeve Fever and Agbeve Herbal Nafe, Agbeve Balm, and Agbeve Herbal Center and this and running in answer. Abba Ijaso. And here was said the PCBA, Yen Farmers and Yumiko. They ensure that we bring you this show every weekday from a Monday to Friday, 2 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, and you just share your thoughts with us. Now, you're near TF1, so into me. And very, very, very important. We're doing training, but more than say, or the ever brain, na yenshe and kind in yara, emfa, emamo. Send American can mind hene at Nasa, that I inti, Mamma Quabanafi, yadin Komono, etumi, ashishaso, and in summer wohono, a dorso, papa. I would want you to join us. Oman Akwaba, let's sing.
I'm entering April with a positive mindset.
Okay. Very
with
important.
A can-do mindset.
Very important.
With it is possible mindset.
Very important.
With a choosy mindset. It's about my choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
The implication of whatever I go through in the future is today.
Yeah.
Because of the choices I make. And the most important is that Mrs. Efiba Asante Dako on April Fool Day.
Yeah.
That day in the own it's a birthday, Mamichi.
Oh.
Surprising. So I entered the month of April with all the smiles. If you bear the china.
Oh yes,
if you bear the china.
A birthday.
Who say my offer problem be anyhow. I have to overstretch the body.
Very important. Very important.
If you bear something that's my wife. Nzimeni.
Yeah.
It be mean name there. Ifiba and a mamichi. So now she papachi.
Yeah. Papachi and Memedi and a mamichi. Yeah. Ifiba also Nzema Efiba.
Okay.
Yeah, Efia.
And on the first April, sometimes I want to focus April Fool. And 16 days, now I'm media to us 17th.
Oh, Mommy, April.
Yeah, April.
Oh, okay.
It's a month that my expectation is more than expected. So I am happy for the month of April.
Wow.
Baby Obiano, she's been that solid rock for 14 years.
Yes.
You know, 14 years.
14 years in marriage.
14 years.
Congratulations, my dear.
The sad one is that man kwans the free yembai.
A mamians. Solid.
Yeah, man kwan almost half no. Number say come establish some we real Africans. No na tare hot bombs ano. Ba mu nyina ko fa ne de.
Omo fa brofo de.
Nti pokuya inshira.
Yes.
Ana adepa. Yes.
The one to Minerva ne.
No. Diandra Minerva is every day. Pokuya adepa na inshira.
Wow.
I'm expecting say be 7 be ba ka ho.
Oh, yeah. Emma 7.
So usha. Nti say bomodin. Nanzima kru na nipa say no.
Why the son woman and say mamichi.
Nanzima kru na kasa kru na I'm doing them a favor. No omo yesen. Nzima 4 they had to come back. Omo yesen.
Yeah.
Timi per 7 aso na 10.
Na 10. Na waje obedu dwan.
Na say maji bedu dwan no. Na ma wie djudi amidi ya wasa. Say ba say that so.
Na obi da so ho what's mentality ni bi o.
A lot of people
say on what the ajibedu dwan.
A lot of people.
And the Ghana high way.
Oh,
10.
I target 15. Now they all can't now be all more judgment. A lot of people.
I don't only about I compare 10.
I only made your son. Never.
Now only about I go 10. I don't know Ukunana.
That's how you look strong, healthy, and adorable.
Please, Maza.
Then and not crowded the only Mucha. It's a woman normal natural one. Oh, no. Yeah. No, trying me and son. Let's hold the cononym.
Ubekono. Ekuna abzo ukono. Now ye chow ye mouse are cat 3 times. I mean how wicked can you be?
By way the nipa baby before we pay.
No, but it's
wickedness ni.
No, me the say. Say Obaba.
Now why you trying to even make this an issue? Men am dey an issue. Men am dey me say no do for me.
Dabi. Na say we say Oba no so.
So Oba no who our hodin, ni usisi no so. What say mamichi? What go no problem do is no the problem.
Oh, massa.
No, what's your problem?
Your problem, no problem say. You must be a man this fixation na busuya person me ube brain na hwan na unhwe Oba no. Na Oba ko 10. Do you know what that means? 10. Hey, am here na what say me na ka kan say.
Na Jackson say me na
hey, only Oba ko 10. Na do zo ko no. Oh, na say you are ono Oba ne carrier ne Oba no way there unfa nya hwe. Oni ne ko 10. You know what childbirth ma and how a train almost sign on you may be bree emu.
Pentecost elder now kika says usia wade ne awon.
Me see awon ho kwan. Me see awon ho kwan. Usia so wa train no. Me ne wa kontokwa. 10 de aden. 10 o kwaje bedudwan. Na bedudwan wi na odwan na behwe nkwala no.
Ekosiisen on Ctte.
Ori odwan wi na odwan na behwe nkwala no. Kwala 10. Hey, Bema no so no ba fina nkole we su na twe ka na Oba no hu nyina hyehyɛ no. What anya easy o. Na wo me die mienu ye maza. Me am ko fie weekend ade family ho no. Share. Oh, say 10.
I see that tell the other now. Would you better join the other?
Charlie.
Anyway,
it's a problem.
It's a China, and that's the brighter side of life. I feel so. Yeah, try and come on. So just this afternoon, a young man, you're the KG McRae, in him, baby, but also a publisher. The Road to Greatness.
That's
Into an own and a person or torn the name dia or media domino.
Okay.
MMA man for.
Okay.
The book is free.
Oh,
Timakai Kakra, it's really good.
the road to greatness.
The Road to Greatness.
Wow.
Redirecting the mind from the secondary aspect of life to its core values.
That's interesting.
Or the KG McRae. Me say ebi was with the obi a friend free of charge.
Oh, okay.
Inti number episode dunya insight more. Young men say no, see a ball.
Yeah, we have to.
0245 25 0075.
Ekosiisen on
KG
Asempa
McRae.
FM.
Yeah, that's a way say also. What they say there. More support to Obi so. Oh, yes, social media.
Yeah.
Me nam dem ho.
Odo ho say.
Me nam dem ho. We call every pem dey be say come win. We no dey want to see me makono kwan. E wo minim church crazy and wo do.
Okay, in the oyere no so.
Yeah, the family planning she share.
Me ba nya abotre.
Yeah.
In the una we choose say opesa wo. Oba no so e.
Only right.
Only right.
Ah,
Eh, no man say me no okay.
na me chese wo obi no. Wo na opesa na oni me hami. Wo be gumi die na wo akwa wo tu pe no afa ho die na. Me na me say me ne be wudu.
Now what decides on in the wood no? Adwin say mu wood.
Aya kasa kire.
Kasa kire say.
Se bomodi akosa Ctte ni ma mpredu. Oh my gaiji kura kasa. Gaiji ashase kasa.
Where's Obi? My mother is the 11th born of her mother.
Yeah.
The third born died just few weeks ago at age 94.
Now look at this. You think that people will
My
support
mom
you?
is now 72.
Look at this.
Say Obama.
Sure.
Hey, na say Obama is only a problem.
Oh, I say what you?
Na Oman sa tetemre bejimi mre ne de. Na
Minim dey tell us obi ni obi wa say bejimiro. No obi.
Nya
Asempa
Okay, say mamichi. Owo tenor.
Uh-huh.
Ne bejimiro ne dey wey.
Tobo. Na sa ma make ma menka mpunyo no wagema no asi bone.
Kwai.
De make ne say sa tetemre na ye gi bedudwan no. And the Bedouin in Hobby, which you know number one, you establish here. No, Saturday, na near Bedouin. No,
yeah.
Of course, now Osha Ghana population was at independent yet and 3 million.
Yeah.
And yeah, 30 million plus. Ain't your population grew. In the end, Nepal, what's really the motivation today to give birth to 10 kids? Especially
don't even support where ranking member also so you
yes.
Yes. The tradition must go on.
No, but it shouldn't be the choice of the man.
Even one can say what down for quite Techimensa can disagree.
Techimensa
say no.
No, it shouldn't be the choice of the man. Mostly I'm a mistake here.
It's an agreement between the two of us. But do you know the agreement between myself and Mamichi?
No, that's one open.
Of course.
One man who said Mamichi is what
I am the boss in the house, but I submit to the rules of the house.
Yes.
It doesn't mean that because say prugu ha prungu. Me kwesi aba. It will just for go mama.
Dabi. Yenya sa. So no so ye bi de ba.
And then them so timi feel.
Ono so ye bi de ba.
Me to show ko fia me netoko. Akwa
on Asempa FM.
Obi, as I speak, I have 8 children with my wife and have planned to add 3 to make it 11. My wife is still strong, like a 20-year-old lady. And that's from Taifa. Koswe. Oh, 11. Oh, 11. And the Ghana, you woman.
Oh, Parisha for you.
No, but the point is, Oman, some of the media say, what I hate to see, because Unim said, you might make a choice.
Yeah.
Mind you, say, such choice now will make here, no. It will result here, but result ne akwala.
Okay.
Akwala would bear the brunt of the choice you have made. Especially say Busiano, munshade nyina ho nice year. Inti you are taking a decision.
Yeah.
Which decision also result, no? Akwala be na akwa bear, and that akwala ne innocent. Who decision to have pleasure into you kind of saying satisfy egos, no? And what's a mark?
Okay, so yeah, I see who catches the class of people as more 10 man at the 20. No?
Yes.
No,
and yes, for a yo beer. Oh, a song who saw a bit much and colana show ye. But what's the essence of say, what won't colana go? Na Nkolana na me pacho SS is cow coin. What's the essence of that? Apostle Eric Nyameche.
Apostle Hombrasima, my Pentecost as a phone in Chichero.
Ade.
Hey!
Menka say I want you. O man manu say.
I mean because what kasa. Na also to me na chichiri say na ye woten. Hey, Obi. Asema na okay.
Hwe.
Wo be yam na no say conversation na come am de be na meja you. Say na ye woten. And na ye wudu. And na ye 20.
Sir?
And na ye 15.
Sir?
Ah, na asema na say o kasa me.
Eya na eya ofede eya uhu amanfo ne nkola nkete nkete na.
O kasa no de kasa kuma bi share ho.
Yes.
So
that's the point I'm making.
But who to me now see my corner kwan. Me say me woten.
Me see wa kono kwan. In your case, me ka say your wife should be part of the decision. And what say yeah. No way say me Dominic into your body by force. And
many mami chi them.
What's the point I'm making?
Now no many mami chi wo obi.
Na say a question na me bu.
Na tira meji ma home am say me man na me best spread say atozone num. E say another one call. Wo obi.
Atozone mu akoso. Because man into zone ni musa.
Asempa FM.
Ernest from Taifa, 11. You nyina yo ha mate. We say my father gave birth to 27 kids, and everyone aspired to be better than their parents. So I've decided to do 30 kids. Koso Samuel Brian Boaben inti only a wife ebe wo 30 yate.
Na za kasa kwa chiche bia inti akoso e. Only wife be wo 30.
We say I will be you, pa. I will go all the way to 17 children. Only the strength of the woman will stop me.
Exactly.
Really. Only the strength of the woman will stop me.
Then you cannot proceed on that. You proceed on that. You are being heartless.
Master, what are you saying? When COVID is depopulating us, why shouldn't Omanhene and those of us who can populate check our biblical responsibility? Obi pa. Sampine and on. Yo, mate. Now, Omanhene has caused an argument here. Omanhene born 10, man. Make sure you walk under street light, else don't walk in dark places. Nana Kofi appear Asante and on the way Abre. We say, okay. Good afternoon, Obi. Please allow Omanhene. He wants to form a football team. Help me wish Mr. Jude Kwame Osei a very special birthday. May God grant him good health and wealth. Enjoy every moment of your new year. Again, a very good afternoon to the Roadmaster Salam Mustafa Nana Ekwamwa Boaten and other way about. We say, Obi, it has not been easy with me when my wife returned from his mom after delivery. Wow. I say, okay, from her mom after delivery.
No problem.
I can't sleep after a hard day's job. No problem. Please, I appeal to my fellow men to be considerate. KD Ewo Ablekuma. And or the way Abba. Say hello to Colonel Osei Kwejo and wish his wife Benis Osei a wonderful special day. Nana Kofi Apia Asante again with this one. Inti, we say, Obi, family planning is a Western culture, and it is high time we weaned ourselves from the dictates of neo-colonialists. Yeah. Imperialism is killing African heritage and culture. Somebody like Omanhene Kwabena Asante, who has made life, is at liberty to bear more children. In fact, Omanhene should marry more than one. I'm targeting 4 wives by the end of next year. Fusseini Salifu, Ewa Kaswa Zango, and Oduwe Abba. This one says, you people have to be careful. You, Nana Hesi Ojiri, I hear you. We say, Seth, in this modern Ghana, in this modern Ghana, the maximum should be 5 and minimum of 2. Yeah. Men who are ready to born
tablet,
10.
No, your prescription, man.
I say men who are ready to born 10 also have side chicks. Jesse Boakon, Ewa Mamprobi, and Odiwe Abba. This one says, Obi, what are you on about? I am 40 years and I have 12 kids. Hey!
Naomi,
I say,
so it's an insult too.
No, Tobo.
No, I don't like it because 14 or 12. Now, I say, Wabobusu. Sani pano anodi and munyam share abre nebusia and on one casa
mentality way.
See mentality
way.
You see what the Obi is doing to me?
Me Batobo. I say, Obi, what are you on about? I am 40 years and I have 12 kids. Rami Sanders Jr. I am 42 and I am the last of 19 children. Richard Annan, or say, Omanhene, I second your view. Why? 100% bam. Richard Ewo UK. Kofi Amenin says, I am a 10th born of my mother, and my mom is almost 80 years. Obi, and a Justice Judgment says, with my siblings, we are 12 in number. With the same
Obi
mom
toss to 17 at the 17, number 17 said come what?
Yeah,
17 one man go better.
Oh, toss to 17.
I'm tossing 17. 11 boys, 6 girls.
11 boys, 6 girls.
Football team.
It was why what you saw was saying.
And more man hinente. Me medie. Na ka me imagine say mienu. And about ko beka ho.
In the eye 3.
Me hwe se de oba nyim osibre pa na me hwe stories ametaye. Aha. Me se me copy bi so na wokọ no chi e blog na se omudi. O ma ya nheda worry omudi atema. Se kwase abema no wo he o me hwe
Obi. You know Obi.
Na se me wie. Me wie. O de se me ofa no. Se me hwe bro mo bre pa na see themselves took me tie to coin. Nentim beje ono nko aho. Na me dwun say awo ka no be dey.
Charlie.
E dru me bia osori no pa na ontimi na nkra mienu na aka no aye dey. E me dwen ho pa o. Nti o man ni e na oba nyima e dey ma me. E ma re ho.
Masa. Because especially obi o so na yire nyema. Unse man bi o mu ni afuru. In the yire nyema kra hu. Obi ho an say e bia ma me chi sa no.
No. Me ba dem person say. I think that you mo miss a point, you know. So miss a point now.
Yes.
No, what chair teacher.
Obi, you are a Bible student. Oba no no be. So onyima nyame ka kire o se oba no, oba sese, oba hwe anim, oba su oba ye oba sa na nyame ka kire o.
Dabi.
O ka kire o se oba fa apinie mu. Wo be man so be sam anim in fifire, two clear responsibilities during that time. So I expect us to have a conversation around responsible people who think that who can go further to give birth to those people.
But we are on the same.
No, we are not, because Obi cry of 40, 12. That's the museo. Any museo.
No, my best I could be.
And also I have 7.
No, let's be
me father will know this is 60 years.
Oh no. Now you see. Second, yes, a successful family.
Oh, no, this 60
years. Papa, unfortunately for Papa, no.
Wow.
Means you powerful and successful people.
Yeah, because at 60 per day.
Now, look at this man. It is abandoned at 17.
Yeah.
Me channel. Me buy them semi movie maybe.
Not going. It will be. I will.
Man, the American say nipa no ehonso ne honso. No, bet me
I'm a grant no so. I'm a grant no so.
Yeah, but
I'm a grant no so. It was not the 3 sources. What's wrong with that?
And ye nyina ye ken. Says na honso. That's at the end of the day. Oba health e permit ya. Fair deal. What I am against omo a ewu bebre just to satisfy personal egos. Na nkwala no abo asasa. Because you cannot let the children suffer for who decision we
make. We come amede ba wo. Obi abefa the World Cup me kwado mu akra. Airport aye camp amount for casa. Amount for no need for biasa no. Uka u see nipa ye.
It's an issue.
Oh,
the attorney said
obi
is because that private company Yamano target.
Yamano target.
Said they be saying here no. They are going all out. It's a big problem.
Obi.
His airport in here you cry. And then I do a betray my Adani idea.
Miss me, Mammy didn't know that's not okay. Or did I that?
And Tebe Kebab joined to Anna, so very well.
I TV should you really come in, you want to say, but
send me uncle, no, we went to seven.
But how serious airport are they now? Sure. Sisiano, say Ebia would drew a name honor. Now we have quick drop or being dropping free can economic
maybe and me too quite car me fire. Me do o see me no clamp here.
Yeah. Oh,
na me sheska omojino. Me dia homtie na me na me pentem because checking na me here delay. Me too motum na me tuama na me se ko. Me ko ba me di ho dwuma.
Na we mpo say who departure ho mpo de ya na enye problem. Arrival no. Oh Jesus Christ. O car need na 1 second. Pram. I
was say airport in paying for no hu bibi because we na ye say tourist destination oh ahokwo ye ahokwo
Yes.
na hokwo aba na bibi se nim go asese no menka se mo munyo modwuma but yemfa eyi nto ho kakra
Yes.
yenye considerate kakra
Yes.
1 second na ojia no ena eye bibi ana se de so what you say ena ujina good place ko ena am so open sika agenti obe clamp it's an no oba nti yemfa word ni nsia o
But
it's a conversation and interest abem papa. Where say Obi, my dad married 4 women. He gave birth to 11 children. All the men are gradually following his legacy. What we lack as children is unity. But my dad is late. Eric Dankwa Ewo Dobro. It also be worry 4. No, we 11.
But yeah, the abo any say 17 of us no. One was a platform.
Okay.
Yina one was a platform.
Obi en free mu.
Like
Obi en we.
Oh, okay. Mrs. Stop. They know second day.
Oh, wow.
January na one platform no oba so edika me ha na bu mi sem you obi platform no sem you obi
Some of them ma me back.
there be
Okay.
me ma me for near 4
Hey.
Mbusa
And now papa you tough.
they aboa they ma na wo bebre me fe because madam for bi ni nana yare ye o yare pa mu odin na wo ma mema na 7 and ma 2 7 ni na gu abrochi mema no tom te so ma me yare no na mo hye ho so me ba be surprise ma me no
Wow.
enti ma me ne da ho na panyimu na pie o man kra after 20 minutes na second one na pie after 10
Now
omo share that 7 no mo atu so aba
oh, that's
ya really
nice.
too koi
That's nice.
ya really too koi
That's nice.
sa
That's
time
nice.
no na me ka
It
say
do that time now.
yeah but
yeah.
Edion
Eddie.
So
So
my
and unim say oman those times the name ma wo ni bebrebe no wo ho ne say
Support.
those times we hwe na bia mu wo nkrase e krase 11 no e den e wo form obi wa afuo moko in toast ni ade e be fie
extended family support to you be sure man am
family support
See a free ho.
but sisia no chale because me hwe time me nya me first born in Takrade that I na wife ye ni house help bia wo fi I saw what she went through the mianka sampo me go through sometimes na e was say wife you kwa adwuma me so me kwa adwuma baby ade akola ne be kwa koja it was terrible enti Emma go through a lot.
We respect that.
baby
know,
na
and
me
sometimes
say baby na
there's
me
a-
say first
Yeah.
na ye nya e first born no na me free 4 am
Okay.
me wife free 5 am
Asempa FM.
o free 15 past 5 crowd obedi traffic 2 hours into free 5 am meaning say ya cha what enough for okra no I was 3 won it
When is it
na by 4 na wo dware akra no asiesie no ho ato
Wow.
na ya pet taxi driver na me mother in law ti taxi driver na be fa akra keto ano eco school na sakofo na ba na yetimi dru fia na dwebe 9 pukwa sequence di traffic so sa na nyame nkwa mre bi nkemi nyas de say ekono me wife ada
Wada
don't tell na me suma dana me drive man mada mu se car ne ekoto nyame nkwa
and imagine say ebia say na wo na wo say 5 and 6 challenge stress obano you see that say it take a toll on the woman.
Be pressure also
Okay,
It's-
before the airport is what do you suggest? Because I'm sure one day a be war.
I think so define the parameters ni
Yeah.
oh ebia markings bia
Now a company be which company?
meaning
Yeah,
company
we would
the
have to
company
find out.
ebia markings bia your design say higher no go zone
Yeah.
I know the ya chiwe
Yeah.
but say 1 minute na me a problem
No, the solution then they say
Okay,
who say-
we are sending receipts.
Okay.
24-hour towing and accident recovery service. That's what the receipt is. Anna,
Okay.
parking at no parking.
I think the solution will
Yeah.
be who's say you were 2 areas. One area and CC and
How
I
much 200 cities?
Yeah. Sir? Yeah,
200.
Yeah. And who says CC and I can you drop permit where in your terminal 3? Where ye terminal
one,
2
old
old
one.
terminal no good. Who say old terminal ye wo urem akwa bookie like okwa check in akwa for flight no. That's departure ho no. And na arrival ase ho de no. Baby a problem no pa ya ase ho de no. E ho no un say esro ho no okwa urom akwa check in no. Ya mark kwan ne ho e ho no
Yes,
utimi
utimi
gina.
gyina.
Na wasi.
Yes.
But ase ho arrival no ye ni baby a ya mark ne sa.
On person go inside.
Yes. Apart from bus stop now, and what this other side of the road, no. So one side now a bang arrival way ni pa na Ye ni bus stop bi a ho. And yenye markings bi a obetimi agina ho ama obi asi. And I think with immediate effect no, e was say markings so quite said yaye bi wo.
Yeah.
Esro ho no. As a marking is specifically for dropping off people. Unyina ho nche bia yama wa 5 minutes na they watu na obi nso abenti enye baby aba be park agina ho. Until we do that, problem we because
Uko Peters.
Yeah, Peters education.
Because me pese those analysis no. Yeah, Peters.
Na so
Peters educational.
Mo me nyina ma kire made. Enti no de abiem. Etua na pe na ho masa ne kwase jese.
Me
etua na pe ana ho masa ne kwase jese.
FM.
Mpaso pa o so onye bibia ntianum de ntia.
Wow.
We say those who are planning to give birth to 10 kids just to get Bedujan are funny. On whose taxes? Even cat cry you won't get. Nanam ponsabi yako edie eni obi. The beginnings are always difficult, but when they grow up and they are all doing well, it's so nice. Imagine you have 7 children. One a lawyer, the other a banker, an engineer, a doctor, a member of parliament, a pilot, and a professor.
Intense you.
It's so nice. I believe in large families. Kindly don't mention my name because my wife is listening.
What do I do? The why here? Remember be eduonum a call conference.
Yes.
Ana omadi nkoma na wie ne say wa unsuro wo yire no.
Yeah.
Maunsaso ewa ha. Remember ni nyina answer da from back o page and say no unsuro yo so me ne catch me say me mam saso. It is or worse off.
Well, say, why do you have to drop someone at the arrival? For what? Who's at the arrival? No, sometimes will be or Baba train Asian in Nipa Bio or the taxi na airba into do it was say OC, and that's why you sometimes have to where say Obi. I thought you were going to say that those that live in the villages give birth because sleeping with their wives was and is the only source of entertainment. Since there is most at times no electricity. Tell Omahini to watch his mouth. The men with plenty children will come after him. George New York or Chicago. Fusaini Salif says, my late father had 4 wives and gave birth to 32 children.
32.
When we meet, you will never know whose mother is who. We behave as children with one mother. There is peace among us. A jamba yefe. It is pleasant to have siblings from different mothers. Fusaini Salif again. 32. Nipa baku 32. Wow. We say Obi. Omahini makes the point that a woman must go through excruciating pains before enduring labor, and the man must labor to feed the family according to the Bible. He, however, must admit women are now laboring as well to either feed the family or augment the responsibilities of the man.
Men have also taken over the responsibilities of women in the house, washing, cooking. Obi, living testimonies, they are bound. Ebi won't change.
Let's be sympathetic to our women. Combining the two are too much for them to bear. Kofi Ameyao, ewo US of A.
Now Kofi wa US a wono bo a yere man no aduane nyina wo kasa. You know, Kofi, mo kwa de mamun kasa biko. Mo de oba no e ben be man no e ben.
Ba unim say Samuel Brown bo abin the details about say ne papa ware ma 7.
Oh, okay.
7 women, 27 kids.
Wow.
And a one man. Owu ye no we 98 years.
Wow.
Ba nkwala 27 with Emma Ahodo and son.
Wow.
Happy birthday to you, Kwesi Reynolds, Esikoma Odobin Brakwa, Walanyo in Akwetia, and on the way Abba. The interest in this topic is huge. We say, Obi, kindly help me wish Auntie Obatampa Kate Jemfua, the NPP National Women's Organizer, happy birthday in advance. She celebrates her birthday tomorrow, April 1st. I'm talking about proper 1st April and not the April something. And Idi Muhayudin, thank you. The Kejemfua ene Mamichi Edi Omo birthday on the same date. Yeah. This one says, Omayene has 3 girls. Okay, tell him he is now my friend. Fawaz Zinama Saman. Where he said both Terminal 2 and Terminal 3 charges are the same. Spot fine is 200 cedis. And when you are unable to pay, they will toll your car. 50 cedis is added to it. It's so pathetic how taxi drivers have been shedding 200
tears. Receipt in one.
And so says went here immediately.
Yeah.
Now umuto can an ube 250 cedis the amount. Yes, Anna Oka actually. And they don't mention my name, Obi.
I hear
you.
my education.
Yeah. Your complaints, no, Obi, my dad-in-law has 8 kids, all but my wife. All but my wife are in the US of A, working in great organizations and institutions in the United States, including Facebook and Yale. They all attended a Ctte Motor School before continuing the education in the States. Wow. And then if is on no hey.
No, Obi.
Because I don't say Oma 8. But the year pen on any US. Working in very great organizations, including Facebook and a Yale University.
Wow.
You know, when you also quite motor school. And the Yadanyamia say, Emma, yes, say, Unwo Babone, da also Unkwana Unim Batia. In the Yamia Wadumna, say, Women, Edi Samawa, na Abuao. This day and time, plus the current standard of living and economic demand, 2 to 3 kids should be fine. However, where there is enough money and people around to help take care of the kids, you can go beyond 3. Fieron is in Mataheko and on the way up. Because Omanano is very important. Say, and they say, Mamichi,
the close at home. Say, on Sasu, that is Yaka no. So on Sasu,
and then on the Yesikanqua.
Nipa
beboa na hwe nkwala no or kwa adwuma mbehwe who ni sa ne man dia o de ahokyere.
Obi quick one. This is just an attention to Ghana Education Service.
Okay.
And the Ghana Water Company.
Okay.
I'll say GES supplementary exams. As per the agitations and protests, the GES decided to organize supplementary exams for affected qualified teachers. In the Greater Accra region, the body responsible for conducting the exams, being UCC, delayed the start with the excuse of waiting for GES to come around for the pre-exams regularities.
Okay.
No one showed up. Candidates wrote the exam without having been checked on identity nor previous promotion validity. This has aroused concern that perhaps the entire process might be a hoax or something for the cameras. Please, I trust you guys can do something for the teachers. So how can that be possible?
That's interesting.
As a Professor Pukwamana.
Yes, the GES, Ghana Education Service. And I think that there have been so many issues about this promotion at the end. They have to rectify it and quickly, because I don't know, be frame President of the Blind Union, Ghana Blind Union, they were Takra, they frame said for Omua, physically challenged. Some of them had to leave, say, Takra there. Yesterday, you 2 centers pen on motor exams in the whole Ghana. Can you imagine it? In Tinipana, no, Neni, no. It was so fit Takra. Yesterday, almost center, no, Baku Kumase, and about Mampong. And Ghana have baby as had 2 centers in there.
I think one of these days, Jibre Naina full 4 hours attention for disability.
Yes.
Because say if you say they upright and they didn't treat that. Ebi dey ya wo, ebi dey so betu omo kwan mu. And on man ankasa hyehyɛ no, any die any buo, any attention they ma our brothers and sisters in that category. And so painful. Very painful. So if we don't pay attention to some of these things, on man ankasa punto kwan nipa we nwi bebre ya. And so it affects us because yakwa assembly a musika ye ne bisi basa. Adan hodo ayensi ema muntimi nya kwanya enwura den problem e hye hodo nso fa hye ngwa akwa muntimi fu hye ni bi na no enua ba kwa wabo no modern obono mantem kofi mi of ni din kra obeye ono or large farm.
Okay.
Ana odia all kinds meko ono ye can say natural pepper ne sa a lot of things COVID natural, COVID venyo, or Sunyani COVID venyo.
Okay.
Huge farm, we engage a lot of people who are disabled. Ubeji di say na no kofa ewiem shen. And no one talk on they were not ready to just allow her because ewiem shen no offer all the life or the business. They said that omunya that space and nobody took the matter up. Or no, what you born home modern or no cassette me pay for the plane fare and all those things. And your service providers need be I mean, very abusive with their language and how they communicate and relate to people. Very abusive. All that to be animal, and say, or you're far away from that person. And it said, "Osi hunu, said Osi bunu, and idiot be mano." Said the all church and hokra as if said Musuo BC. Those mentalities are weird, are so painful. We are heartless. Only human.
Yeah.
Only human. Etime to obia at any point in time. Me madam from the radio Peters. Strong guy. Meet me money din. And then the nefra.
Oh.
Every time I have to call, he has to call, I have to call just to encourage because he simply can't come to terms. How I didn't say. No, I'm saying, me bam no me soon more than 20 minutes. Yeah. There's a young, energetic guy. Called training college, I call university and the masters in AV. Naniefra. Yes, I won't. When you are not mass in English. So we should be careful how we treat people. Now we are wine. Who come that center? We are wine. Oh, na me do akọ dua baby. I would also a ball chem so ammo because one who so be said. Na niefra na na muka ne kakra ne nsa ni nyina ni ho. Ko twadi dan ha bibu afra. Uni mudache. Uni wawie. The next minute, o she brebet mi asesa for good or for bad. Eti obi, yen hwe ye as oman Ghana for. A quiet titi yedi wona sebe. What did them and no say wa brabono we be asa.
Na enumpo.
You know, very painful.
One of the things quite breaking my heart and say we call special schools now. In the secondary or Twin City Special School. So we do what? That's where you see how heartless some parents can be. Oman, unim say ebinum di omoma kogu ha. Say school ma kwai kwa monko fan kwala no.
I say emusuo.
Yapo na.
Yes, emusuo.
And I'm like, how crazy can
it's
people
because
be?
of you know ya no because sebi. Yes, ebi ko pie bushema. Eswa omusuo. Akoda we da be na man tete ya ono dia the papa the bibi papa be na bit African na ba. That's the mentality. You have a problem. And we abuse those people. We abuse them to the core. And we are helpless. Very helpless.
And some of the brainy and smart people I've seen in Ghana, some of them are actually disabled. I mean, some of the very, very, very sharp guys are either blind or some of them, general disability being a nipa air suffer. Ain't we have to get to that level. Yebehu sa de imamenhwe
another appeal. Dr. Sebo or the bra me fino
Dr. Sebo kweku
or the bra because house of na kaze nyina yi me hu nkofo yi bus manage pa me kotoko your problem dreams omo ye super
Dreams FC
dreams ni mediema super mediema ni so ade hu no kotoko you have to tap into it abemusu mu di ne kra ya kotoko ya abroso you have to tap into it. Young man now about the fashion corner the buy you. The form no work of Barreto. My boss will come later. Me call crack of a problem. Me see they should tap into it. As a folk, come Massimo. As a folk. Oh, young woman, who come Massimo. Yakasayano, you're free, Deborah.
Yes.
Or your penny about blind association.
Okay.
Blind.
Okay.
Good afternoon. Just to wish you a blessed. I also always remember you. And I'm very grateful for the kind of project that you are doing.
Yeah.
Where you have to come to. Thanks for being there for the disabled. Obi PRC, PRC, Ghana Water Company Limited. Ghana Water Company. Ministerial. Tema Community 205. And other communities. Obi, you can't punish people.
Say issue.
You can't. 4 a.m. a chum. 5 a.m. a chum, sir. Brenna, Emma, say we are solving a problem. But I'm sorry 4 a.m. near 5 a.m. no. Let me send here for some poor service no. Na periods if one can say review prices no. You know, Ghana sometimes people do things, they take things as for granted and do whatever they want. You are not giving me efficient and reliable service, and you expect me to pay. You know, it'll be very painful. As we speak now, so doom so what me potemono. One who say ECG and I say grid kukrano e the chopper bi ananchire mu bi aba. Me ko catch say e dum so a usuku uni unim dia akọ abadin sensem no obefa William Boateng adwuma wiei educate me me kra me dwum say me kokai. Me wie a wasa so me say Osam song no we are sure said doom so na affecting na copy only maybe a P ratio there be or damango over 24 no good. Reality is that they are giving us bad service. It is system losses this na manama kaka chende ebe increase more. Ebe increase more. Bad service, bad, and they disrespect young customers, no. Because when we say Ghana there, I hear so hey poja hey ebe kwa does him. Ebi na song kese pa the one say digital and create me the bobo anymore pa. Me nya ho a o me hwe me TV ho no mo so change e o TV no mo so hwe no. Ni nyina agi sem say ga. Me fan kwen. Fan ko PRC. So they should really be up to tax. No munya sa flimsy no be mind.
So your mama mi ko yi anon so a enti na me se ma yeko nti o de kasa. Me ma yeko mi tie odin me nkasa mpo. We say hello Obi. Ask Ethel Coffee of Edel Technologies. There was a mate of her then at Valley View University. He is challenged, but he is the best coding student. The best coding student at Valley View University, Enya, in their history. Anyway, but I agree with you. I mean, some of the brightest people I've seen in our country are challenged physically. Elder Amos Calvin says, Obi, challenged is preferred to disabled.
Okay,
I hear you.
yes. No, they are advocating for that.
Yeah.
That we should use the challenge more than the disabled. Yes. So from Patrick, that's it.
They are able differently. Disabled. Elder, thank you.
There's one guy called report to this total issue of BBC. That Rastafarian guy be or to huge, but almost the whole world or core sites are interesting or core places of interest just to and the way we're in a Jumano. Or what challenge in Puni? And which means all these people now are so more challenging. You know, they can't be searching. They can do something better.
Yeah. We just have to make sure we build systems and then thrive. We say, please greet Oman for me, Protozoa, Office of the Chief of Staff.
Yeah, me pacho man double salute. Oh, man double salute.
Protozoa.
Me tie no na no 2 year no. Yeah, just a phone call. Me tie.
Oh, okay.
Onyamishira no.
Protozoa enti Oman
Nasuma. Me ko jina be bi nana se haya na madana.
Pozo ye physically challenged or a hunter.
Yankasi newscaster kraka Pozo no or Boase. Obuase.
No
as a ken no menyo. No dia man no ya hom tika say. Why report ni na wie no Obi. Obuase me no wa kire ho ba bi. Ye du akọ che me. Obuase. No menyo.
And Pozo says, Obi, some of us are very sharp. I know. Thank you. This one says,
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Tell Obi my dad married 8 wives with 34 children. Nana Bedi Akodansa, former NPP youth organizer, aspirant. Hey, now 8 wives with 34 children.
No problem.
Yeah. Richard Asante I say, my brother Samuel's father was a bit lazy in that department. My father married 15 wives and gave birth to 48 children. He died at the age of 114. Richard Asante Yeboah.
MPP.
Yeah, MPP Richard Asante Yeboah. Ne papa worry Emma 15.
Hey, Micromino.
And I own 48. Aden.
No, we are now decide Aden so baby back with the jumba. And now decide Aden so what is your problem?
Oh,
Aden now the association Musuana.
Obi. Oko Kumasi.
Na Aden now the Twaka so.
Obuas Oko Kumasi on. Akwabwa hene. Abodi ni bi akwabwa hene. No look we nim ne madodo. At the end of the day, na ne mabro 70. Yes. Na chiriba onya 72 na ne ba wo 2 years.
Ekosiisen on Asempa
Papa you coffee.
Yes.
O di 72 na ne ba wo 2 years last born. Yes.
At age now so this 70 ultimate war.
Oh way.
Hey.
Eti said oka na me ya kan. Ebu ha wa no kra no ntimi. It's send for Zobeka A.
Yeah.
It's not the one say. I wanted the agent said okay communication no way. I want they were home quadia. Ebiana at labor implications be to say Caesarea near Tino Ebia. But some they were hard man. Won't tell Crooked.
They are Muslims, so maybe they had the mehune say Oman. sometimes we say awo no it really a man be so career progression.
Yes, that one we respect.
But when you say there are companies are onyem kwana go interview I am.
Yeah. Delay
Now no only government work ibia anywhere you.
And only ade no.
Eto no okona phone no oba no nya dia ne oba satisfy ne ma.
Yes.
Oba hu akra wanya bia 22 years and ne ma 5. Obi ho di 27 years ne ma 10.
And we say nya de papa.
Eno ne kai say okọ so na ne age.
But eno de nya de was yes so.
But the message
you call was say obi no who you call was small girl now or 17 years or nkola 4 no.
No ya de papa.
No. But no na who can was no. That's what you're saying. Say it's not good.
Of course.
Yes.
But Osaka a challenge, a fiscal challenge. Airport kutoka heya. May his soul rest in peace. Mr. Tugun. No na a federation no omo spokesperson bako. Even yen court, high court heya krana. Enye friendly to them. Omonya case come de court krana. They can't even access to the court premises no cry. More careful to inquire. Most of the public no idea yamra say the whole public places beyond any accessible to sorry and near
every public
public places beyond accessible to them. Public toilet. All this. Wheelchair no.
So, factor in anything.
Make me be job. Multimedia here. Your front desk.
Yeah.
Time yes design we say no. And you know me jina am catch a guy and say he find disables befa because the man na be fam no. Omo wheelchair ntimi fam. And omo the cut side ha no.
Anti na smooth one dey omo kono.
E dey kono say omo bubu hot twice.
Ekosiisen on
accessibility no and omo aye no. I said the machine we pay. Eti ayade a ye nyina di ho fo. Ye ne former president Miamase Jade Kufo.
Yeah.
Her N1 a hefana accessible to ye nuan fiscal challenge.
Sure.
And this is a relatively new road in Chase.
I am modern. I am Americans and my design you. Ye yomu film. Oh there adenta de no omo na a friend is saying
bicycle lane
near you and ma would have made a make fiscally challenge. N1 ye young film it will be a person track more achimota a friend is saying achimota overhead a fan of befa share La Paz a fan of befa a match the decide of the befa
and I know him and here nama oman blind person be chronic cane
and
some drivers too man we me come driver for driver for na say obijina zebra crossing hokra omfi no we twem can you imagine say
no did you attempt
ujina zebra crossing no say did you attempt say and na then we na so in sembasa ye do kaswa blind man a yini cane and blind man yini cane jina kwan ho a
you don't need to move.
A woman had to stop from her vehicle. Yes. And obe saw blind man and son what mean in the track line. Driver beer man
because I also call for DVLA. And kwamba say a license name am call training no. After all the because courses ni nyina no. Owia e said no call training.
Yeah.
So no busa say e ho ye kire omo sa de na ye kire. Ye kire omo but bebre and a far back door. But minia, yes, I'm not airport. Most of the taxis now if they can't read, they should start going to classroom no read. Yeah, the signboard, big one as you say. So passenger anymore, you don't need to enter that area.
Yes.
Etino unam ho no ma copy ku obi animu dia. That's what copy ku hwan. Woni pa dey so car park, ho na taxi rank no. So, I didn't know the roadside now.
No, but the point they say, I get you.
Yeah.
The point they say, airport arrival.
Yeah.
Say, Ebia me baba be train obia or bar. Some of the car beba.
Arrival. Now, plane the baby do. When time the baby do just a car park.
No, the American say, mini car. And you'll be on a car.
Yes.
Me baba be train obi.
Car no there be otobo. Car na be pick on.
Yes.
Sani pa na so park car park.
No dia me jitum enya na make say.
Woni car kra na nipa na taxi no e car park.
No.
Okay. Taxi right no car park.
The
point I'm making is the point I'm making is ebia me baba be share obi wa arrival hall me the taxi na eba taxi no unse se wudru anim ho na it's either you go round the roundabout no na wa ba be park bus stop na e what this side no na wa cross kwan na baba be
terminal 2 and 3
terminal 2 set terminal 3 dey yanko this issue na terminal 2 na wo
but terminal 2 na ya can still that's all car park
na make us say even in terminal 2 no o man say me kra taxi na ebia wudru arrival hall nanim ho na no taxi na gina me wabie asi na taxi na ekwa they will clamp the car that's the point we are making.
What say arrival hall na terminal 2 no
yes
totally do design as a car park
yes
but for emergency
yes
but every car should be supposed to be at the car park. Tell you
yes
every car supposed to be at the car park me no me nyina abadi ni land dey in UK for internationally no taxi ranking kwa ni amo lane ya market be amo private car bia na you know be car park taxi
that is true.
No taxi from outside no right at the end of the day no when you're registered there so you go to the car park and wait for your
no maybe you are not coming to wait for the person you are dropping off somebody now
dropping no there maybe I drop ni pa no o drop a different but omo pick ya no omo che omo sabi we no
that's the point
you na obi asikra
yes that's the point no you bag kra na
you bag na ya departure
yeah no departure
yeah departure na obetimi
departure dey yenchew
e ho dey arrival dey go yi nipa no ma wa he arrival ko yi nipa no ma wa he
okay so ni kwase obe park wo
dey be arrival dey yi no ma wo
no arrival for taxi odu ha o si money ma okra
dey be una oba abisha obi
yeah
at the end of the day so see wo car park there's no way arrival obetima ka che me say me peki obi and say me say departure you can drop somebody there and go
well
okay unim oman the MMA can say I think we have to make the issues clear there were two spots medical church me was so hard there no which is departure
yeah
e ho de wo be kone kwan no say yaye lanes wo
ho
car ni timi park ma wusi eyi wo bag ko onyina ho nche no wa de
onyina ho no mo ba be ka say
yes me nyina ho nche
yeah
eno ye for departure for ho no problem bi ani ho no the problems is here no asie ho arrival no and we anya terminal 3 ye ka terminal
old one
good arrival ho no wo be kono say ni patete arrival ho mo twen mo nko fa mo baba say me private car na me be twen obi a I either park or premium car parking ho and as I make
the other one
good but e bia me no me fie me ni car me nu bia frɛ me say oye den or by me mra me hia no ma fa taxi ne me call ye do arrival anim ho ana
see ya no
ma pa ne abekla
osimema ho
tell you
me fa car ma ho
me fa car car park
that's what you want to say
oh well go to UK Heathrow Gatwick ya ma demarcation e say
no onko car parking ko ye den
onko si wo ho
onko drop o
no na tibra
onko drop me wona on PM free car park
ana ono onko driver nko do bi ba onko car park so say we ejiri sika
ye ejiri sika
na dia wo mo dodge sa de ne dia tie ni yo no o si wo kwan no ho ba bi no na ante aba o mpe so be twa attention na ana yi na but at the end of the day no mo mi anka ade ne yie o mo wo e ho the taxes no e fa no ye airport company.
I think the challenge elder, for example, like Ctte, on the airport issue, commercial vehicles are simply prohibited at arrival. There are airport taxis. Dropping is up there. That is at the departure without any glitch or hitch. It is for the safety of passengers and theft, burglary that happened in the past. People should be told the history of crimes at the airport all over the world. That is the best practice.
At the end of the day, I can't say anything about me. It's one. The woman say, "Oh my, you mo jiju muskano. Omo ekasa omo kano kra omo kan." Most of the taxis na ye adwuma ho no omo call around no bi ntim na say make us omo nim reading na omo call reading ye yen. E fa na ye staff no cars. It's omo de enche omo. Na wo na wa ye ho peta ba beto kwa do bi no.
Wo na wo problem.
Would you be free outside?
Edna
Baba Sina, oh, Bano, na me pese call airport taxis now, move boarding. I'm boarding into no, me pay cheapest one now, no Chamuno. Tono, the bit margin be 10 cities, 20 cities or the Marco. Airport for no standard price, or Modeji.
You know,
I receipt why the 200.
Way, I can pour.
Okay, standard one. Okay, park standard.
And none of that, no, you can't make a security. You are Abroche Como say. Ufa Abrocha bedru Ghana. Ukuta onoma. Unika e ofie. I don't know my parents now. I say Dipo Beshar, Elfa taxi, localize your Nimuno. No me pake. Oh yeah. Now we no me go now ko. Obejina kwan ho. Ope ebiako. E ho na obehu se di fa na odo ko runi ne he. Abrawo pep cheap. Wako bre enya sika kakra to to.
Obiako jele kwa.
100 cedis, 50 cedis ebeji wunti no. Oko akopɛ 20 cedis.
But you educate airport drivers ni bi ni so.
That's it.
Omu twa mene.
That's it.
You know, you know, mami cho.
Commercial one and restore.
Now the last time we free US ba. Now no me no ma bin wo Ghana say. Na hotuma me makwa ba me no ade na ko form ni so bi me no. So no office wanya code say bi no ni bi din koma. Me bags na all time ni na me ko na me so me ko hacho. And 150.
150 Ghana cedis.
Yes.
It's okay. Wow, I got time for this boy. Yeah.
Now over US.
Yeah, I got time. I got time for this guy.
Ice.
Let me see your crowd. I'm saying, you get beating. I'm saying, what? Damn, here's Papa. I got time for this guy.
150 cedis.
150.
Edi koko di Edi koko di for.
Sure.
Otia mo akwande do fie you know say, hey, me na person twa me.
And only, I think, and also one thing that the confusion there.
Yeah.
Because nipa biya no, most of us are price sensitive.
Yeah.
It is a minimum say there were other service providers in the system. In the whole airport, on a meba before airport taxi driver.
Yeah.
Or the meba multimedia. Or Jimmy 60 Ghana and 70 Ghana.
Yeah.
That's a me drew her taxi be a drop you be on me frat no bema me
30
and 40.
Yeah.
And I think airport for also should be reasonable in their pricing.
They abuse the opportunity.
Too much. Okay, I'm saying uniform now area shedding neat.
Yeah, they abuse the opportunity.
You cannot be
If you just imagine how to make too much 150.
Yeah, 150
gone.
That's too much.
Why?
Too much.
Oh man, true there, but so also compare say that make an.
Yeah, me clear way. Say be me drew airport. Na me order Uber to me ba be family.
Yes.
Order a bit baba.
So Uber ne bar. On the side, obeko
car park inside.
I didn't yani say you don't need to
pick anybody
from
along the road.
Say so they can top for your demarcate for at least 2-5 minutes.
Na adentina arrival hono so no. Yen demarcate baby say ujina ma 2 minutes.
Because of congestion.
And a taxi driver.
Congestion tino as I say oko car park because obo obeshe normal and you know we sabe who here different from what you say.
Okay. Obi my emphasis akwanya so me the pictures bi ama Jackson la nkwantana em say so odo wanu tumbi me bo mpanyinfo ho abaso MC
la nkwantana
Madina la nkwantana
yeah
o pictures na aswodin ti ay pedestrian you know e bo kan me hu say mranti anka say bunkutodwe eneme yesi wo de o de beto so amamo
na da ben no
enra say enra chi ya
that is a regional minister de cast
yes me say obekasa wa say okozongo yeah inti
anyway bra Facebook see Asempa FM your Facebook page
so that's the shame. This is how really we want to treat ourselves.
This is really good.
Let's treat ourselves this way.
So
for any day my idea and your son you better treat your mind.
Yes.
And Timumra Asempa FM Facebook
page. Never demonstration say.
Yes. This is how we have to treat ourselves. Maybe I see you do no.
Do you know what surprises me? They surprise me and say, "Yenye bridge, no. Na amanfo twam wo car kwan nim." Now we heard reports a car bon kofoku almost every day. Yeah, bridge ni we no. Still nkofo twam wo car kwan nim. Ba fe car ni mo bi abio.
I don't asem no. Obi.
Enti a man ni bi so ne yema mo so papra no. Enti brother, I think kudos to the regional minister. I just want to believe say onim hu bi
we support with Lankwantana
Madina assembly no. A man ni bi pra me man so yema so aye de menti asem. Mo bridge na ewo ho foot bridge aye ye hu dem make I say that week
transport minister and road minister e jaso omo ko ejuma no
na me hosti jaso nsem at the time in the Ekosiisen and live every ho na the tension in the area I nam so ma o jaso mutimi de yes ejuma ni wie ye Ghana for na oni de me ya o man to a foot bridge ne wo ho na police for no so say gina car kwan nim man kofo kwan say mum twam e wo fom
eno na ye kan say ye nyina ya so de it is said okay me support
na we say me man panifo pa ne mo mabu nkodu
but that's good sector minister for Resiama and one kasa wofa for Resiama ne wofa say do musi bere on this matter Yeah.
Yes.
Yamra
Ma menye we na fe memra na yenni unkomo no Emma we say Obi, we always admire what happens outside. I have traveled around for some time now. I don't know where I have gone to where you would find someone being dropped at the arrival hall. You have to go to the parking lot. I totally agree with your guy. For Uber, it is added to your fare. Okay, thank you. Ma yenhwena yentoa so ma menkai mo se Akunta Joe host of Abrochiren Komo ewo Asempa FM. So we say Obi, these airport people in uniforms are needlessly enforcing no parking. Last week they arrested me for stopping opposite airport shell.
Wait, Obi,
while I got a map to direct me.
I'm follow under which ministry?
Why mo?
Sir, in conform with this age,
a clamping of
airport. And transport, transport.
Then the airport and
then the transport minister should assign or himself should come and give us certain clarification because the diagram.
No, airport company and airport.
The Ghana airport company.
Road now work shell the end of the under the
airport company. But more clamp cars or mobile shell hold you now.
There be on my shell.
The airport and where Johnny Alasan here no TV. Yeah. Or see on airport shell opposite.
The airport no and the Sabah hold the end.
There's a problem.
And I was saying
so the transport minister and the ministry should really sit up.
Now opake was here baby.
Yes. Oh, ba hanum sia. The new home hand yeah.
Any airport ho baby ah. Omo kwache no. Genesis 3 million or something.
But back to this one. A car, a general road minister and transport minister, born Jasu within 2 weeks. That's how construction of Saturday near we. Yeah, yes, right. Yako fashion, so I see and fashion because in Yansa. And the Asaya Yak near home to say, and one ila pass the other way. If you know, a man could dash so much you. And through Adiano. Oh. A man could dash so much you.
This was the normal son, ne bashin at Yokutan Cram, you know. Ojina match the footbridge now.
Footbridge no ho on.
Baby I want to say for home body. Mimiama no. Meti be ho tibi ko metu pictures in some mama. Na wahwe. That's my yake.
It's bad in the police for no kudos. Mo man conform pra. E mema ne nyama so aye de menti asem. Mo mfo mo nko media na e ho afu no. Na omo no ho nyina ye wi na e ja na wo kofie. Because I don't even understand.
Omo no
ho nyina. Omo no ho nyina because we okoye in see as a car bo obi biewa. Na ye koya na ye buy. It doesn't even make sense. Man in some course of parliament. Na matise Ras Mubarak kwa man ma me ni nkomotel me ba na ya kan Okudzeto Black letter. Say we letter no. Say we resign from the appointment committee. In the Yanko Sansem no ba there are lot of messages. Johnny Alasan in the receipt about much no 150 Ghana cedis.
Wait 200.
Wait 150.
You almost send him 200.
150 Ghana cedis. Any ajeno. Neat. Ras Mubarak kwa homano so Ras akwa ba na pom te saying.
Obi me jo so na design.
Nyame adomo ye ho papa.
Makachi say biribia ushia Ras Mubarak.
Yes.
It is not just the normal greetings. It's blessed.
Blessed.
Ochiani we are. No Makachi say fire burn all the Babylon people, you know. No man Rastafari Selassie. I want my interview.
Oh my hene
kwabena sante. Rasa bibi aboko. Nyame adom ye ho ye papa. Na enne minim se yes, as a former parliamentarian who interest in what happens in parliament, especially in the minority caucus. My kind story be online o kase Okudzeto Black resignation no courageous and also some kind of a way on the leadership of Haruna Idrisu. Adentia.
Indeed, Medasi. Mebo minia Adongo Abaso.
Asempa FM.
Namabo Ablako Abaso. And the many, MPs, men and women in our caucus who certainly are unhappy with developments, the way the leadership is going in Parliament.
Ekosiisen on
Asempa FM. By the approval, which had the support of the minority in Parliament of Ura Ken Ofuriata. Now, all her arguments are about on the floor now, Minia. a political watcher, a hard year. Obi, with your permission. Minority leader or supporting motion, no, Eka say, we are convinced, I'm quoting him, we are convinced that he, in this case, is referring to Ken Ofori-Atta, we are convinced that he's in breach of the law, in breach of the Bank of Ghana Act, in breach of the Fiscal Responsibility Act, and in breach of the Public Financial Management Act. We are reduced to Enumu Ensem. He went further to say, sir, we will call for investigation into the activities of Mackenzie, because obviously Mackenzie is getting $1.5 million a quarter for some activities. And he described the contract with Mackenzie as a rip-off of the state, a rip-off of the Republic.
FM.
Miria, sir, nominee ba. Now, in your view, you think he's ripped off the state
on Asempa FM
as a legislator with, oversight responsibility? It will be difficult for me to be convinced that there's any more compelling reason to approve of Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta. If you, in your own argument, say he's breached our laws, breached the Bank of Ghana Act, breached the Fiscal Responsibility Act, and as a matter of fact, has supervised a rip-off. Those are his words. Now, Obi, can I trick us if somebody rips off the state, what does it mean?
As a minor faso.
Exactly. And the decision to, in one breath, criticize and say all of these things, and in another breath, give approval. No, and I've heard arguments say, but it's a party decision. Members of parliament, even though belonging to a political party, have a duty to their constituents. They have a duty to their constituents. Okay? And even if all the party, funnel on the leg of the party cry, the rank and file of the party is very upset. And a cry,
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
It's not in anybody's best interest. Ombe Jaya, Omunjai, those at party headquarters should wake up and smell the coffee. They should wake up and smell the coffee. What is the argument? Say, Ken Ofori-Atta should face the consequences of his mismanagement. That is the argument. Obi, so what do daima Obi? Never say Ebusia dying. Say on here some Mao. In this case, Ghana na Ebusia dying. Now a more water closet, Louves, water bill, light bill. 4 years later, over here, now if you have Fubasa, light bill is piled up, water bill is piled up. If you have Louves, tuntum mina e water closet, caretaker iron basa. As in the argument espoused in Parliament, would you say, sir, he should continue to live there and face the consequences of his actions? Would you? Would you allow the person to continue to stay there? In any case, if the person continues to stay there, who suffers?
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Approved as my finance minister, were ripping off the state by supervising, overseeing the Mackenzie, deal, which had not gone through proper procurement. I expect every elected representative, be it NDC or MPP, to be there for the country and defend the best interest of the country.
But Ras,
otherwise those words, say he's breached this, he's breached that. Otherwise they are meaningless. And Obi, what's the rush? Because don't forget, because I've heard this argument, but the wheels of government have to grind. Yes, indeed. The wheels of government have to grind. And that is why there are equally capable ministers who could hold the fort until all of these residual issues are sorted out. We shouldn't be in a rush. And I can tell you, Sir Obi, even if the president, Nana Akufo-Addo, was in parliament, as an MP, he would insist, say, the right thing be done.
Ekosiisen
He would
on
insist.
Asempa FM.
Say the right thing be done so that, Obi Bia and Adrian in respect of whether it's in respect of Mackenzie or whatever, no, we find answers to all of these issues. But they don't approve and say he should come and face the consequences of his actions. In 2024, are we going to tell Ghanaians say the MPP should continue to stay in power and face the consequences of their mismanagement? Is that the argument we're going to make in 2024?
Ras, my memory na me musa say me Mackenzie deal no or minor engaging Mackenzie and Parliament power to supervise all executive agencies in the country.
Yeah.
Ain't time as parliamentarians, and we can't even in the 7th Parliament. Because munya information, Finance Committee information be eba. We never heard Parliament even pulling the Finance Minister to Parliament, come and answer questions relative to Mackenzie deal. No, at the time, is this a more who problem?
To be honest with you, and I can show you questions that Mema filed from as early as 2017 on the Finance Minister. They were protecting him. I can show you questions that Mema filed. Some of them had to be returned back to me. Question with there. And if the speaker doesn't admit the question, you can't do anything. The admissibility of a question on the floor of Parliament rests in the bosom of the speaker. And even though you may have issues, as you have rightly put it, you may file questions. The speaker and council know how. This is speaker man. And unya crow in committee, as in the appointments committee.
Yeah.
You exhaust all the gaps. Which is not what they did.
But truth be told, and to be fair to the committee, and especially the NDC members on the committee, make an appointment committee.
Okay.
Yes. Finance Minister designate call when almost all the necessary, because on Mackenzie there were questions from minority members on Mackenzie. I even remember say it drew Honorable Ras Mubarak Obusa this question about the Finance Minister's appointment to the GRA board. If you recall, one Kabori Bidimba up, and the question was put to him, said
now we're in breach of the law.
Absolutely, because none depending new director level or above. Emma Oka said yes, Ojitumba he would take steps to rectify that anomaly. Say Nipanema answer say what else can you do?
Obikacho said we are convinced that you are in breach of the law. You are in breach of the Bank of Ghana Act. And these are not my words. You are in breach of the Fiscal Responsibility Act. You are in breach of the Public Financial Management Act. That you have supervised a ripoff. These are not my words. So you can't tell me that somebody supervised a ripoff, and then you don't take necessary steps to hold him to account. And tell me, we should further give him the keys to go and rip us off more.
But as to say was supervising a ripoff, a matter of law and fact. It cannot be on the say-so of the because the minority leader has said that, it doesn't make it true.
Great point. My argument is that
yes,
there seems to be some incoherence.
Yes,
there's an incoherence in the argument advanced by the minority leader as the reasons for which the finance minister was approved. And I have a problem with that.
Okay.
I have a problem with that. Because in one breath, also in another breath, when you had an opportunity to actually make sure necessary steps are taken to make sure further and better particulars are brought before your friend is saying you approve of him. What was the rush? When he was in the US on medical grounds, the Honorable Chairman Sabunso held a fort for him. And there are equally capable people in cabinet, the likes of Alan, the likes of Dr. Okudzeto, and many others who can hold the fort. So
how about Omua? Yeah, Ras. Okay.
This goes to the heart of people's lack of confidence in our parliamentary democracy. And day in, day out, you see a waning of a collapse of trust in the system. So, Parliament here. Meanwhile, Parliament is supposed to be the ones, holding the executive in check and doing the right things on behalf of the Republic. Obiaba, you claim, sir, there are question marks. What's the rationale approving him, Obi?
No, but my point will come, say, okay, Sisiano, at the committee level, no, committee name a consensus approval. By him say,
and no cry is arguable. And no cry is arguable in the face of what is beginning to unfold.
What's beginning to unfold? Okay, I'll come there. Of course, there will be some one or two people on misgivings, but the majority on the committee's decision would carry the day. No.
Well, the majority decision obviously would carry
absolutely,
the day.
absolutely.
But it doesn't eliminate the fact that people had shirked their oversight responsibility. It doesn't eliminate that fact.
And no, maybe Busa Ras say, Sawosha committee, granted say or approval by consensus. Still, a plenary and what the final say.
No, very, very good, because committee can make recommendations. Okay, but plenary would have the final say. And indeed, it is beginning to emerge. Say plenary, well, obviously it was a vote. This could have been pushed to a division where people could actually cast votes, or better still, Obi, in light of your arguments I espoused for the last 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, we don't want to be associated with this. So, more approval, who say more single majority now approval. It is also something that could have been done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this, because
But even before the plenary assembly, the parties scribe the statement by, and the statement reads, NDC urges calm on consensus recommendation of Ken Oforiatta, and where a recommendation from the committee. Say, it is hereby announced to the rank and file of the party and to the notice of all comrades that a decision by the appointments committee to recommend Ken Oforiatta for the approval by consensus will be made public today in Parliament. Following what transpired previously in respect of vetting and approval of some ministers designate, the minority leadership, the party leadership, as well as the Council of Elders have engaged in extensive consultations with a view to adopt a common position based on the exigencies of the situation. I therefore urge all members to remain circumspect when the need for reaction arises. The NDC Parliamentary Caucus and FEC will be fully briefed accordingly. And this was issued on Monday, 29th March 2021. That is Enra Echi. Signed by the General Secretary, Johnson Asiedun Ketia. And this is supposed to be a release a buy after the consensus approval at the appointment committee. It is a plenary na me NDC MP. Na me who statement we na be a voice voter. What should I do? Because really party nankasa kraje atum say such approval will be communicated to Parliament and all of that.
And I'm say that is the explanation of the party and Tasum. Okay, it does not in any way assuage the anger of the base. People may not openly criticize the decision, but I feel strongly, sir, it's a very flawed decision. Very, very flawed. All her arguments now, or my espouser, I've told you, in my opinion, what is wrong with that argument, from the beginning of this interview. The fact that Ken Oforiatta, according to the party and minority leadership, has crashed the economy, so he should be made to face the consequences of his actions. I completely disagree with that. I saying say odo car kama Emma will be said onkutrikano na onya crow out of negligence or out of sheer incompetence or both. And the car no na multimedia Emma a new Prado. You'll go and give the keys to that same person. No, would you?
No, I won't.
So why must we treat Project Ghana? Why must we treat Mother Ghana with this kind of argument and thinking? It's not in the national interest.
No, when I heard that justification initially, I thought it was some kind of a joke,
It's one of the most flawed, excuses.
Yeah. I've not heard that from the mouth of any party leader, unfortunately. Meaning, Saudi, what here? I've read.
This was made on the floor of Parliament.
Oh, on the floor of Parliament.
Yes, by the minority leader on the floor of Parliament. Said, Ken Oforiatta should face the consequences of his mismanagement and whatever. And whole analogy, and that's what I'm saying. Say, the party has to take its time. Who crew? Now say a crew no. What there? You over proper ni. On fans you share in social would be gum. Edit to pay a gum. Ama onaina okay no. What they also what they what the hanky ever proper ni. It would hurt all of us. Because the base of the party is hungry for power. And we need to be doing things that will give us the power. These kinds of arguments are not the kinds of arguments that would get everybody to go, anyone to go and kill themselves to get us back into government. Because
the other thing is, as far as this kind of Oforiatta issue is concerned, one cannot single out just the parliamentary leadership of the minority, because now there is also a statement from the party leadership itself.
Obi, not to cut you short,
okay.
But I've told you, sir, even the party's justification is very flawed. I've told you. It's exceedingly flawed. And the more they make it, the more the angrier the party supporters get. It's so flawed. I'm even wondering why we're doing this to ourselves.
I think there are some voices, a production team, Enya Ediama Menti, one the Haruna and Kasan Sema Okaye.
It was even on Joy. I can I can share a copy with Dominic on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
We speak.
I think we have it here. Chum the Adami, why dear? Okay. No, I'm just speaking to the production team. I want to get a voice, so I play it now. Obia onte, it's me who said the Nioma AC Echo. Inti Bako Haruna Idrisu on which one of them? This one. Okay. On the resignation of Okudzeto Resignation, right? Inti ma yemo eno nafe at least Obia Otieni Ebihunti. This is the minority leader speaking. And Ras, message about half in the Ebeko Okudzeto letter name and the details of that letter. But this is Haruna Idrisu speaking on the resignation of Okudzeto Resignation.
Not at all. I'm fully in charge. I'm minority leader this morning. I've just engaged with the party leadership and council of elders. No further comment on someone resigning or not. Thank you. Not at all. I'm fully in charge. I'm minority leader this morning. I've just engaged with the party leadership and council of elders. No further comment on someone resigning or not. Thank you.
Okay, Inti, this is a very short voice, but Haruna Idrisu saying he's still in charge. He will make no further comment on whether somebody is resigning or not. I've heard also another interview by General Mosquito to our friends at CTFM. Anna on also about a possible change in the leadership of the minority. Yenti and also.
After every election, we reconstitute the leadership of Parliament, even if it means to reconfirm them. We haven't done that yet because of the court case. And so we started, but we got to a point where we felt that let us finish with the court case and we'll come back to it. When you have a situation where some people think that, oh, these people are not permanent, they themselves, they don't have the confidence to act the way they should be acting. And then there are other aspirants who want to occupy their position. They may also be acting in ways to upstage or undermine them when the opportunity exists. So we will look at it and then we will firm it. I'm sure by the time they return from the break, we would have taken these decisions.
Okay, Inti General Mosquito Asiedun Ketia making the point, after every elections, be an almost share a review the leadership of the caucus in Parliament, in this time no more the minority caucus, because of the court case in Jomo Ntimi, and they've begun the process. By the time a Parliament before recess, now those decisions have being made. But the news today, and it's the Honorable Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa resigned from the appointment committee in Parliament. When him say Parliament, was selection committee. A selection committee, you know, Asia na fe or mashe a place parliamentarian be in at least 2 or more committees. So, and letter no to the Right Honorable Speaker, dated 30th March 2021. That is yesterday. And I letter no. I say, Mr. Speaker, resignation from the appointment committee. I humbly present comradely felicitations. This is to formally convey my decision to discontinue my membership of the appointment committee after days of careful reflection and thoughtful considerations. I shall like to state that the reasons for this difficult decision are both personal and on principle. Respectfully, do take note that my resignation is with immediate effect, and therefore I shall not be available for the vetting of nominees for deputy ministerial positions. May I extend to you leadership of the House, the Committee of Selection, and leadership of the great NDC, my sincere gratitude for the opportunity to serve as a member of the appointment committee in the 6th, 7th, and 8th Parliament of the Republic of Ghana. Kindly accept, Right Honourable, the assurances of my highest esteem. Yours sincerely, signed, Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, MP. And Ras, now we are a member of the 7th Parliament, and say you worked closely with Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa. Way back as a surprise to you.
Samuel is a conviction politician. The Honorable Adongo is a conviction politician, and there are many, members within the minority caucus in Parliament who are unhappy about what is happening, and that is why I feel strongly say the sooner we deal with a cry the better. Because if you allow it to fester, you would have rebellion in the caucus, and nobody likes that.
And in dealing with this, dealing with it, how someone change leadership, Nana?
Well, I'm strongly convinced that the leadership has lost, its control. I'm strongly convinced. And the longer this one takes, the more problems they would create for us as a political party. Obi, elsewhere, people based on principle, as Okudzeto Ablakwa, has that, would resign from leadership. Elsewhere, in other parliamentary democracies, elsewhere, people would resign.
On Asempa FM.
If the flock I'm leading are beginning to lose confidence in me, I might as well put my personal interest aside and make way for, some other person to come and lead. That is how you run a party. That is how you run a caucus.
No, but and also won't that be asking for too much? Because sitting back and watching the Ekosiisen from the 6th of January up until now, I sincerely believe, and I don't know what you think, but it be argues the party, whether through the actions or inactions, it creates a certain impression. Say they had the capability to, as it were, torpedo nominations of appointees, and maybe more exaggerating at the heightened expectations of your base. Say because on the 6th, mutimi yusu mo numbers are mwenya in Parliament at the Tuaba enya speaker, and you could stand up again and reject any of the nominees of the NT. I don't know, ma'am, the expectations of Mube is no control. And that is what is coming back to haunt you now.
I have absolutely no doubt in my mind that Minianum and Mane Mema War Parliament
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM
to hold the MPP administration to account. But that can only happen if there is leadership. If there's no lack of confidence in leadership, you can't have that happen. I mean, you are a good football fan. Look at the caliber of players we had in the 90s. Abedi Pele, Tony Eboa. And so they are not because at the FA level, at the management level, things were not put in place to get them to work in unison. Okay?
Into when you say or more heighten the expectations of followers. No. So we can stop these people. Obi aye approving a nomination be, and we can stop the person from becoming a minister. Probably that is the root of this whole confusion.
You see, no one is vindictive in politics. It's not just stopping for stopping's sake. You vetted a nominee. You have issues. Why? Didn't other nominees go through? Other nominees went through without a problem. Okay? But where you yourself admit, sir, there are challenges. You say, sir, somebody has breached public, Fiscal Responsibility Act. Somebody has breached,
on
Public Financial Management Act. Somebody has breached Bank of Ghana Act. Somebody had overseen, the rip-off of the state. Those were the things said on the floor of Parliament. Check with the hands up.
Yes.
And I've sent Dominic the tape.
Yeah, I've gotten the tape now. And maybe with your leave, we can play it. Now we'll be on Sunday. This is Haruna Idrisu speaking on the floor of Parliament on the day of Ken Ofori-Attah's approval. Take a listen.
We have accordingly recommended that he be approved by consensus. But Mr. Speaker, it does not mean that we are satisfied with his performance as finance minister. He probably will go and bear the brunt of his mismanagement of the Ghanaian economy in the last 4 years. He will bear the brunt of his inability to reconcile his fiscal data. He will bear the brunt for not providing enough details of how much the Bank of Ghana financed the government of Ghana in the 2020 period. We will demand for more information on this matter because we are convinced that he is in breach of the law, in breach of the Bank of Ghana Act, in breach of the Fiscal Responsibility Act, and in breach of the Public Financial Management Act. He came to Parliament for just 10 billion, but by his own answers, Mr. Speaker, as captured in the committee report, he could relate to 22 billion. Where did he get authorization to get 22 billion from the Bank of Ghana for purpose of government financing? Mr. Speaker, he is also on record to have engaged a company known as Mackenzie and Company Limited, and he is paying them 1.5 million per quarter. So after all, he's not even the one doing the job at the Ministry of Finance. We know that he is unwell. We wish him well. We wish him speedy recovery. But whether he can bear the burden of an economy which is rising in public debt of over 291 million, representing 76% of GDP, and then you pay Mackenzie and Company this money to be doing what? We will call for further investigations into the operations and activities of Mackenzie as they relate to the Ministry of Finance and as they also work for the Ghana Revenue Authority. We have competent hands to do the work in Ghana. We don't need any Mackenzie and Company in Ghana for any purpose. It's a rip-off of the state and the republic, given the huge sums of money that are paid to the Mackenzie Group, and we want to know how he arrived at the procurement of that particular group.
Asempa FM.
Indeed, Ras, now you heard him clearly. At this stage, Obibeka said, yes, what the minority leader can do, and he said, Obe Pushi Amadiana call to, a vote in the final analysis, vote, and then so on, your secret ballot, your voice vote, eventually voice vote and a prevail. And at the end of the day, say majority for no to me a shout here. What can Haruna Idrisu possibly do?
Good question. Have we not had instances that you distance here from some things in Parliament? I can say with it. Yeah, person if you be better. Have we not had those instances? And what would have happened if we had said on principle, on the concerns we have, we can't be associated with this approval? What would have happened? Then, I mean, you've played the tape. You've heard what the sort of things he said. And tell me if that is in the national interest, if that is, in advancing parliamentary democracy, if that is in advancing the oversight responsibility of Parliament. You tell me.
Yeah, but I'll say we would give our support to your approval, but we would consequently investigate this whole Mackenzie deal. They will use their power as MPs to investigate that. Is that not also another good way to go about this?
Obi, I understand you have to play the devil's advocate, but you are over flogging a dead horse already. Because the fact is, at least from your side, there's an agreement that the economy hasn't gone in a manner that we expect. The second fact is, Minority Leader Nkasa Enumutu indicted the Minister for Finance for breaches of our law. I mean, elsewhere, Obi, elsewhere you wouldn't even be made to continue. Elsewhere you wouldn't even continue. BOG Act, you've broken it. All the various acts, you've broken it. Elsewhere you wouldn't even get a second chance. Okay? And that is where you expect that we would assert, or the Parliament would assert its independence.
Okay.
And Obi, as I tried to indicate earlier, this comes to the heart of concerns by many people saying about critical issues of oversight. And it's not in the national interest. And this is not only a canon for the minority, but even the majority. Why? If he's MPP person and the president has appointed him and there are question marks, should you not go and, raise question marks? And Obi, aren't you embarrassed? I mean, look at how the ministers, members of the majority from the committee, with kids' gloves. Is it because if it's from your party, then you throw away your oversight responsibility? Is that how we want to advance this project called Ghana?
Ras, there's the indication from the party's chief scribes. By the time a parliament before recess, about no more taking decision on the makeup of the leadership of the minority. What expectations in that regard, Dane?
Well, I'm hoping that it's sooner rather than later. I'm hoping that serious steps would be taken to stem the bleeding, so that we don't have any more rebellion amongst the rank and file in Parliament. Because if it continues like this, I can tell you that it would have dire consequences for us. And we don't want... You see, it's not just even the base of the party. It's not just the supporters of the party. Ordinary Ghanaians they are disappointed. And their increases are ever. Obi, it affects you, it affects me, it affects your listeners. But maybe you and I cry, it doesn't affect us more than it affects Ubi or Ton, Antomantoana, Abusoka, and Ctte market. Okay? And these are the real concerns. Into Sepapana our economy for 4 years. Now we're breaching several laws. Adentina, Obayeno. Yen mano answer to a lot of the things that have been raised. And clear. Also, further and better particulate about. Only where the wheels of government intimate function. Did we not have a caretaker minister in the presence of Chairman Sabunsu? So what's the rush? It's not in the best interest of advancing governance in our country. It's not. And I'm hoping that Parliament as an institution, we would begin to redeem Parliament's image of, people thinking, we are interested in what is in our collective best interest and not interested in what affects the fed up man in the street.
Ross,
The justification for this approval there, they should go and come
again. Okay, I hear you. Mamina say Ras, you best see about bidin komo bi we mrepem. Why? Yeah, that's it, pa. Ras Mubarak, a former MP, Kumbungu constituency. He was member of the 7th Parliament of the 4th Republic. And I'm not saying but still, some messages are aired. Somebody sent me a message at Dela Kofi. I posted on Facebook. Say that resignation is a clear-cut populist rhetoric aimed at undermining the Haruna Idrisu-led minority leadership in Parliament. By the time this entire drama plays out, we would all know those who are going to be walking around with X on their faces. In the way the Lakofi post on Facebook, clearly the issues in the NDC, as far as parliamentary leadership is concerned, is not going away anytime soon. Good afternoon, my good brother Obi. Honorable Samuel Ablakwa's resignation speaks volumes. Though he cited personal reasons for his resignation, it is clear he was unhappy with recent events, especially the wholesale approval of the president's ministerial nominees. The NDC needs a shake-up not only in Parliament, but also at the headquarters. It is time for things to be done differently to ensure the required and appropriate results are yielded. Though I commend Ablakwa, I would also urge him to give reasons for his resignation so no room is given for needless speculations. Thank you, Samuel Ablodepe and Odiwe Abraying. Obi, if the house owner left a total liability, in this case Mother Ghana, after depleting the fund that can renovate the same house to the caretaker at this juncture, Mr. Ken Oforiata, do you turn around and take the same caretaker to the cleaners over your own recklessness? I don't get it. Ras Mubarak just misfired. Kabiesi second D. Good evening, Obi. Unfolding event in the last 1 month has given credence to a powerful statement in the opening of the Venerable Chinua Achebe's Things Fall Apart book. Today, in NDC, it is like turning around the widening gar. The falcon cannot hear the falconer. Things fall apart, the center cannot hold. William Butler Yeats. At the headquarters of the NDC, there is sacking, dismissal, and suspension all over. Within the minority caucus in Parliament, mistrust is the order of the day. We need a serious opposition, and so the NDC and its apologists should sit up because the incompetence even in the opposition is getting to its crescendo. Aki Ewo Efia constituency in Takrade, and he says, regards to Honorable Joseph Kujo MP for Efia and Minister Public Enterprises. Messages need also. I know you would also want to pick the thought of Alote Jacobs on this, but Ansan Alote Bebemno, Mamene Akuntajo in